The Indian sneaker market has been changing at a pace like never before. Over the last 2 years, the changes that we've seen in the market has been honestly amazing. No longer are we only dependent on brands like Nike and Adidas to bring their shoes, but now we're willing to take sneakers from Comet, Gully Labs, or Ecoho. Finally, the ecosystem has actual brands that people want to support that are made in India and also sold in India. The scene is honestly amazing, right? We've seen so many changes, and it's things that genuinely are helping the sneaker space. But with this change that's coming, there are certain things I have noticed, and I feel like a lot of people also have. There is no major monolith. There never really was one sneaker brand that has controlled everything. It's been a collection of maybe 10, 15, maybe even 20 brands have been producing very, 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 very good sneakers, very, very good loafers, and I could honestly only move it down into three main categories. So you're going to be getting onto that. When we look at the narrative marketers, we realize a few things really fast. These brands aren't really popular for their innovation or their silhouettes, right? But they're the ones that do probably some of the most amazing marketing you will see in India. The two major brands I'm going to be talking about is Gully Labs and Comet. Probably the two brands that most of the people watching this video will actually know. These brands are very prevalent in the Indian space purely because of their very, very good marketing. There have been allegations of really bad quality, of the sneakers not being worth the price, of copying silhouettes. But even then, these are the only two brands that I've seen in India that are making a real mainstream impact while also looking at local demand as well as appealing to a mass audience. When we look at Comet as a brand, we notice a few things very early on. There are allegations of their initial models copying the Air Force One. There are also allegations of how the sneaker, such as the Eclipse, their recent drops, being heavily inspired by the dad shoe vibe that the New Balances give, including the 990s, the 327 models, etc. Right? Although it is argued that they are very inspired, and some would say even copied, the brand has been having a huge mainstream success, including the recent opening of the Ahmedabad store, for example, where they had sold out shoes, a huge crowd, and things like that genuinely do push the brand ahead. In fact, they recently had the drop with the Comet X orange colorway where it could peel out. I saw a video by Christian Rieth. Very, 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 very good marketing that those guys did, and the shoe sold out very, very fast. And that's the thing about Comet. Although they have practically copied Air Force Ones or New Balances, for example, the reason they get that mainstream support or that mainstream hype is purely because the brand is actually supported and the brand actually makes it look cool, purely to their marketing. The second brand is Gully Labs, right? Now, Gully Labs didn't really go through the copying approach. It's not something I really found when doing my research. They don't really copy much. But what I have heard is one, their quality problems, since the Gully Labs is a canvas shoe, or at least a lot of them are, right? Is a canvas shoe, and a lot of people are saying spending 7-8 thousand rupees on a canvas shoe may not be entirely worth it. Although that is fully understandable when you look at the handcrafted approach that these guys take and the materials they use, as well as the very, very smart marketing that these guys have been using. You start to realize that okay, maybe the quality is not what people are looking at, but actually what they're looking at is the history, or even leave the history aside, the marketing and the storytelling that these guys are doing. If you look at their Delhi store, you realize how cool it is. It genuinely is such an amazing store. The visual design and storytelling that they're doing in that store is very, very, very nice, right? Another thing you look at is when you look at the mainstream, you realize that Gully Labs is ultra popular. You'll see foreign people or foreign influencers actually posting the shoe, and it's probably the only shoe that I've actually seen non-Indian creators actually promote actively, being like, okay, this is very, very cool. In fact, actually, they went to ComplexCon and they had genuine interest, genuine hype over the model, which shows that Gully Labs is doing something right. Another thing that we should actively look at or actively decide while looking at Gully Labs is they're probably one of the very few brands that actually looks at culture, whether it's the Nadu collab for Kerala or the several other nation collabs that they've done, or the the custom rapper based collabs that they're doing. You actually realize that they're actually trying to hop into the culture as much as possible, which is something, regardless of quality or whether you're copying a sneaker, is something that's very commendable because they're actually trying to make an impact in the space. But with this mainstream hype, with this mainstream success, you realize one two things, right? There is no innovation, and sometimes the prices you're paying is very overhyped. It's not worth paying that much, which is where you get to the second and probably the type of sneaker brand that are making a lot more impact over the long term. There are quite a few brands in this space that I could talk about. The guys that, rather than the marketing, mainly focus on the product and the R&D going on behind it. There were quite a few people I was looking at, but there's only one main brand that actually stood out to me. That brand being Theli. Started by Ashay Bhave back when he was in college. It is genuinely one of the first brands I still remember seeing coming from India. Back in the day, I didn't know they had a website. I saw them on Superkicks and Veg Non Veg, and I was like, this is so cool. Right? They developed this thing called Theli Tex. I think back when he was in college. It's primarily a recycled material that they're using to make the shoe from plastic bags, for example. It is genuine innovation coming out of India, which is rare, right? Regardless of whether you're looking at the sneaker space or not. When you consider a 20-year-old developed this in his college room, the same age as me right now, and doing something like that, it's genuine innovation. It's something that not a lot of people see, and it's validated as well. They've done quite a few drops. I like their Y2K based aesthetic that they're pulling. They've been having elite shoes come out over the last 5-6 years. Another thing is Anand Mahindra, one of the biggest titans or one of the biggest players in India, a business mogul in all definitions of the word, right? Tweeted about Akshay Bhave's invention or the Teletext, and actually ended up investing in the company. Which, if not for us, common people who just care about shoes, like the idea, actually validates the fact that there is genuine innovation needed in the sneaker space, and that the business model and that the hype that Theli is creating and will continue creating in the space is genuine and worthwhile. Now, although this is just the start for Theli, it's only been here for a few years. Over the next few years, I can genuinely see them, growing out, already getting a GQ shout out. I wouldn't be surprised if Theli becomes a mainstay, popular mainstream, sneaker for the ages. Now, that is, in the future. What we want to look at now, or what we're going to look at next, is the current wave, or what's currently succeeding right now in the Indian sneaker space. Now, there's quite a few different things that come into this, but the main idea is that people are now moving away from just sneakers and looking at footwear in general. With the death of the hypebeast era, where people no longer want only Nike, Jordan, Yeezy, whatever, 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 we're now seeing people actually prioritize things like clogs, sandals, but specifically what I'm going to be talking about today is derbies and boots, right? The change in India has been very, very, very prevalent, where now your fashion streetwear boys are now wearing boots like Timberland and going out and about all over the place, right? The two major brands I'm going to be talking about is Ikoho and Kavit. When we look at Ikoho, right, it's one of the most value for money brands you can find in India. I still remember watching a reel by Nirvain, who's a very, very, very amazing creator, who actually, showed the brand for the first time. It was the first time I actually thought about maybe instead of buying a pair of Jordans, why not buy a pair of chunky boots or a pair of loafers, right? For the price that you're spending or you're spending on getting these shoes, they last quite a bit and they look amazing. I think over the last 1-2 years, they've been growing quite a bit with a very strong social media presence and also an active cult following where people are actually dropping their sneakers for Ikoho. As I've been seeing it popping here and there on my social media page. The second brand is a little bit more high end. It's called Kavit. It's an Indian brand with beautiful artistry. Their boots, their loafers are amazing. They also make ethnic stuff, which is just as cool. They've done collabs with a lot of people. I remember seeing all of these influencers over here, which you'll be seeing on the board, right? But I think another part that we can take Kavit into is their custom Jordans. Their custom Jordan line is amazing. Honestly, seeing an Indian brand make stuff like that genuinely makes me so happy because growing up seeing the shoe surgeon, making these shoes, it's genuinely crazy seeing an Indian brand doing the same. Although it does cost a lot, it is generally something really cool to look at. Seeing that now Indian creators are doing the exact same thing that these foreign American or European guys were doing previously. So, what does this mean for the Indian sneaker space? Well, as the time continues, the current brands you mentioned are going to become even more mainstream. They're going to be actual, very, very, very popular brands, and there's going to be new brands focusing on R&D and marketing that'll continue going through the funnel until they will either become eventual mainstays or become another washed-up sneaker brand that didn't work out. Another thing that's very, very, very probable is that people are now going to see apparel brands or non-sneaker brands dropping sneakers. For example, Rogan, which is, Virat Kohli's brand, has also dropped a few shoes. Right? With these changes, one thing that will become 100% certain is going to become very hard to, number one, track prices, number two, ensure and understand what all shoes have been, dropped, and number three, also keeping track of your grails that you've been watching all over the place, which is why I built an aggregator for this called Sneakopedia. Basically, what it does is it highlights all the sneakers available all across India through several resellers. Number two, it also acts as a discovery app, as you'll be able to find several Indian D2C brands that produce sneakers, from all budgets that will be selling on this platform. So if you guys are genuinely interested, please do visit www.sneakopedia.com. The link will be in the bio. Let me know what you guys think. And thank you so much.